In this video, I'm going to talk about how to find standard deviation using technology. Now, I am not going to use a graphing calculator for this. I'm going to show what most people have in the real world, which is either Excel or Google Sheets. If you don't have Excel, you can always access Google Sheets and use it for free. So I'm going to show you on both. What I want to do is I want to take this data that right now is in a Word document and I'm going to transfer it. However, if I just copy it right now, it's going to transfer as a line, and I'd like it to be in column form. So I'm going to take a second and I'm going to actually change this to column form. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to create it into a table. So this is kind of a little demonstration on how to do that. But oops, I actually want to convert text to table. Here we go. All right. And now it's going to give me some options. And here's the options I'm interested in doing. I don't want it to look like this. I'd like it to separate all of them into table format. Here, let me actually come back here and fix it back. There we go. Convert text to table. All right. So right now, if I break it up, it's going to just do 31 columns, and I don't want that. What I'd like it to do is have them all in separate rows. So I'm going to change this. See how it's right here. It's set up so that it's by semicolon because all the data is separated by semicolon. And instead, I'm going to change this to be one column and see how it automatically adjusts to making 31 rows of data. So that's what I want. I want it to put it all into their own separate little cell, okay? Because this will transfer better over to Excel. So here, let me go ahead and copy this, Control C. I've copied it, or you can just, right click and copy this way. Copy, cool. All right, I already have Excel open to a blank document, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in. And there it is, all in their own separate cell. So if I want to find the standard deviation, the easiest way with Excel is to start typing in, finding some sort of formula. And it works for Google Docs too. So if I hit equals, I'm telling Excel to access its library of information, and I'm going to start to type standard deviation, ST. Okay, here we go. A bunch of options pop up, and I can go ahead and see what each one is. So this one calculates standard deviation based on a population, calculates standard deviation on a sample, ignores weird stuff, and so forth. Okay, so population sample, that's what we need. For this problem, because we're talking about a class, this is the entire class. She's just finding the standard deviation for this class on this test. So I'm going to go ahead and use the population standard deviation. And it'll be different if I happen to use the sample standard deviation. So I'm going to double click on that. And now it's going to ask me what the data is. And I'm going to tell it basically that I want all the data to the left here. So you could do that by clicking the first data value. See how it pulls that up? And if you hit Shift and scroll down and click the last data value, it'll adjust it to showing, see, A1 to A31. Or you could type that out. You could actually type A31 colon A1 colon A31. And there it is. That's the standard deviation for this data. All right, let's go ahead and do Google Sheets now. It's wise to get a Google account to do this. I think you need one to actually access Google Sheets. So if you don't have a Gmail, sign up for Gmail. It's free. I do have a Gmail, and I'm automatically signed in because I'm using Google Chrome. And on the Google page, google.com, if you just go to google.com, if you're signed in, your little name will be there. And right next to it are apps. And if I scroll down, I'm going to select Sheets. Or you could just search the web, Google Sheets, and you could find it that way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a blank one. While it is taking its time loading everything that I have done previous to this. There we go. All right, and I'm going to paste the data into here too. And there's a couple ways to access the formulas here in Google Sheets. You could do it the same way we did Excel. We could just start typing and it'll pull up the options. But I did want to show you over here, there's a little ... where it says more. If you click that, this little summation symbol here, we can go down here to statistical. And these are all of the things that Google can do that's statistical. So you can view them all. I'm interested in standard deviation. So STDEV. Okay, so look, it's kind of like how it was for Excel. We have these options for population and sample and other variations thereon. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the population one. Now it prompts me to put in the data I need. I'm going to type it in this time. So it is from cell A1, which see it highlights A1. It's like that's the one you're talking about, right? Yes. To cell A31, I believe. Yeah, I think there was 31 there. Um, and here, I'm just going to verify that there was 31. Yes. All right, cool. And then hit enter. And there it is. And I can see this. It's offering to do an autofill based on just, trying to anticipate your needs. I can see what I've just found here, right here. It tells me up here what the data is ranging between. It's for population, the P there. So I'm able to kind of see that information. And I see that on Excel as well. If I hover over the box, I go ahead and go over the box, see how it pulls it up here. I can see which data it had used, and then it used population as the standard deviation calculation.